been so sure, quite so steady. I'm gonna live my life to keep the promises I made. Even though I make mistakes, I know I'm ready. I found a heart that was just like mine. Yeah, I found a heart that was just like mine. It's the kind of love that can make you blind. And I'd do anything to see him smile. Oh, I'm ready. I've never been so sure, quite so steady. I'm gonna live my life to keep the promises I made. Even though I make mistakes, I know I'm ready. I found the heart of my best friend. It's the kind of love that understands. He said it changed his life to be my man. So he bought a ring and took my hand. He says he's ready. He's never been so sure, quite so steady. He's gonna live his life to keep the promises he made. Even though he makes mistakes, I know he's ready. For better or for worse, he's gonna carry. We're gonna have our hurts, but it's the treasure of my life. Just to spend it by his side, I know I'm ready. I found a heart that was just like mine. Yeah, he makes me laugh and he lets me cry. Oh, he listens when I lose my mind. And now I get to go by his side. I'm lucky and I'm ready. I've never been so sure, quite so steady. I'm gonna live my life to keep the promises I made. Even though I make mistakes, I know I'm ready. For better or for worse, I'm gonna carry. We're gonna have our hurts, but it's the treasure of my life. Just to spend it by your side, I know I'm ready. Oh, 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 it's the treasure of my life. Just to spend it by your side, I know I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to this lovely carriage house where we are celebrating with Sydney and Gregory this evening. Who gives this woman in marriage? How exciting to be here this evening with Sydney and Gregory. It really is very exciting, I know for all of you, but I have known Sydney since she was in kindergarten, and I have gotten to know Gregory over the last several years, and I am very honored to be here with them this evening. As we begin, let us remember that we are here to celebrate the love that they have discovered in each other. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to invite my youngest daughter to share some thoughts about Gregory and Sydney.
Can everyone hear me? Well, thank you, Daddy. Hello, everyone. My name is Caitlin, and just about 3 years ago today, I introduced Sydney and Greg. So I'm especially honored and excited to share with you today just what makes this couple so special. Sydney's father, Ken, instilled values of kindness, honesty, and confidence that have made Sydney so well-rounded. Because Sydney has held these same values and never lost sight of her true self, she has maintained friendships like ours for the past 20 years. Although I've only known Greg for a few years, his thoughtfulness, passion, and loyalty are apparent in everything he does. As most of us here know, Greg is a planner, but it's his attention to detail that makes any experience with him so momentous. Sydney and Greg have individual attributes that complement each other to create a really unique bond. The best example of this is their engagement. Sydney and Greg are both a little quirky, so it seemed totally natural for them to agree. It seemed totally natural for them to agree not to get engaged until they spotted every one of the U.S. license plates while on drives together. After a year of this game, they were down to the final 3 states: Hawaii, Alaska, and Montana. Being the planner he is, Greg began arranging for them to coincidentally see the final plates around town, ending with Hawaii in Federal Hill overlooking Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Greg could have picked anywhere to pop the question, but he knew Federal Hill was a particularly special place for them because it's where they first met. Another way Sydney and Greg complement each other is simply through the support of one another. Sydney has always had a knack for creating personalized gift baskets and always dreamed about starting her own company. After receiving a few gift baskets himself, Greg recognized the potential in Sydney and began helping her to explore options to launch her new company, Periwinkle Pig. Growing up, Sydney's parents...
www.
Growing up, Sydney's parents, Sue and Ken, and Greg's parents, Christine and Michael, instilled in them the value of family. Because of this, Sydney and Greg place a large emphasis of the importance of family in their lives. This shared value will continuously strengthen their relationship with one another and those around them. It's clear every time Greg looks at Sydney that he sees how extraordinary she is and holds Sydney in his heart. Sydney and Greg are ready to support and love one another as they grow together as husband and wife. As individuals, you have had such a positive influence on all of our lives. I can't wait to see what you guys accomplish as a couple. Congratulations, and I love you.
Thank you.
Now Sydney and Greg will exchange traditional vows. Sydney, do you take this man Gregory to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold in sickness and in health, in good times and in difficult times, for richer or poorer, keeping yourself solely unto him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Gregory, do you take this woman Sydney to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold in sickness and in health, in good times and in difficult times, for richer or poorer, keeping yourself solely unto her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Sydney and Gregory would like to share some thoughts with you that they have prepared.
Okay, Greg. Everyone knows that I don't believe in many things without proof, which made me seem crazy when I knew I would be with you forever after our first date. But I wasn't quite crazy because I did have proof. As you went through more serious surgeries than most as a child, eventually losing your hearing, I was growing up learning how to be heard over 3 sisters and trying to figure out what an inside voice was. This was all so you could hear me say I love you without your hearing aids on. And as you interned in Arkansas for McCormick and eventually planned your permanent move there, I was furiously interviewing for jobs. And when I got an offer for a job in that same exact town in Arkansas, we were fated to be before we even met. And when McCormick decided to transfer you to Baltimore, I had a feeling in my gut I needed to stay here. And when your life took you to a girl in Delaware, it was not for the girl you were dating, but for her friend, my best friend, who would years later lead you to me. All before we met, we were becoming the person the other needed. But that night at Stalking Horse, I got all the proof I needed, which was none at all. Everything in my life has led me to you and made me your soulmate. Your kindness has shown me how to love someone unconditionally, and I'm fully myself when I am with you, and you accept everything about me without judgment. I still get butterflies before a date and goosebumps when we kiss, and I can't express how much it meant that you woke up every morning at 5 a.m. when I went to work to tell me you love me. I still look forward to our 8-hour road trips next to you, and I'm falling more in love with you each day. And as the years go by, I won't let this change. When we're about to go on our first anniversary date, I promise to know the difference between angry and hangry. And when you're waking me up at 5 a.m. because a baby is crying, I promise to remember that this reality is better than my dreams, even if it's at 5 a.m. And one day when we're about to go on a road trip to visit the grandkids, I promise not to pretend to step on the gas pedal when you drive, if you promise not to pretend to step on the brake when I drive. Every adventure for the rest of your lives, I will be by your side. I will love your family as my own, and I will remind you every day that all your dreams are possible. I will be as selfless and kind as you are, and I will love you more tomorrow and the tomorrow after that and every tomorrow that follows.
I don't project this well.
Oh, you might need a microphone. Yeah.
I, Greg Williams. Wow. I, Greg Williams, am the luckiest man alive. Of all the places in all the world, in all of Baltimore, we crossed paths. You said one thing, I said another. I couldn't really hear you. But you made sure I got your phone number. Next thing I knew, I never wanted that conversation to end. I knew it then, I live it now, and I will always love it. You are the one for me. You are completely perfect, equally unaware, and always able to make me smile. These vows I share to you are not just promises, they're my privileges. And I promise to be forgiving and praising. I promise to do more than my fair share. I promise to communicate how I really feel. And I give you my everything, my promise, that I will always stand by your side, wherever our journey leads, living, learning, laughing, loving, together forever. Sydney, you complete me in ways I could have never imagined. Your beauty, your intelligence, your sense of humor, your laugh. Our love, all that we have, is more than enough, and I will never forget this. It's the greatest day of my life, and I love you.
In just a moment, Sydney and Gregory will be exchanging rings. The circle has always had significance from ancient times to the present day. It is a symbol of wholeness and perfection. The rings will be placed on the 4th finger because it is believed that there is a vein that flows from this finger directly to the heart. The endlessness of the circle is the perfect symbol of oneness and unity, no beginning and no end. It is also the symbol of the sun, the earth, and the universe, and represents holiness, perfection, and peace. In just a moment, Sydney and Gregory will exchange these rings as a symbol that they in each other have found this peace. Sydney, will you take this ring, place it upon Gregory's finger, And as you do so, repeat after me these words. Gregory, I give you this ring
Gregory, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my vow,
as a symbol of my vow,
and with all that I am
and with all that I am
and all that I have.
and all that I have.
Gregory, will you take this ring and place it on Sydney's finger? And as you do so, repeat after me these words. Sydney, I give you this ring
Sydney, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my vow,
as a symbol of my vow,
and with all that I am
and with all that I am
and all that I have.
and all that I have.
Inasmuch as Gregory and Sydney have pledged their love to each other, sealed their vows with the giving and the receiving of rings, and have expressed their complete and pure dedication to each other, as witnessed by all of us here today, it is by the authority vested in me by the state of Maryland, I now pronounce you husband and wife. In closing, allow me to share this thought. Love is a promise that is always kept, a fortune that can never be spent, a seed that can flourish in the most unlikely of places. And this radiance that never fades, this mysterious, magical joy, is the greatest treasure of all. Love is the creator of our favorite memories and the foundation of our fondest dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, it truly is my honor to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Gregory Williams.
So do you remember with your white dress on? It was the end of
first dance together to this next one, The Heart of the World.
Tin cans are rattling the pavement, confetti scattered everywhere. She falls asleep in a seat beside me, her eyes caught up in her hair. I don't mind it, I keep driving, flying on these wheels of steel. A bit anxious, a bit nervous, the moment's all that we can feel. If oil is the soul of the engine, wine is the drink of the gods, forgiveness the road to redemption, faith can still beat the odds. We're meant to be, baby, hold on to me, and never not be my girl. 'Cause love is the heart of the world.
They said no speeches. All I can say is I can't imagine a more perfect couple. We're gonna go fishing and races. Even likes flying. And wait, the best part is Sydney loves him too. Thank you all for coming. No more speech. Enjoy dinner.
I think you'll be able to hear me. I just want to say thank you so much for everybody coming here. You're all friends and family, obviously, and you mean so much to us. And this is the best day of my life, and I think Sydney feels the same. And we are so honored that all of you came here to celebrate with us, and it really means a lot to us. And Ken, thank you so much for everything you've done tonight. This is awesome. It's beautiful, and thank you. So everybody, have fun tonight, and we look forward to talking to each one and every one of you. We love you.
About them in my life, I love you more. Oh, I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more.
They made a statue of us and they put it on a mountaintop. Now tourists come and stare at us, blow bubbles with their gum, take photographs of fun, have fun. They'll name a city after us and later say it's all our fault. Then they'll give us a talking to, then they'll give us a talking to, 'cause they
don't care what you put in it. Here's the nights that you can't take back. We live hard, but we love to laugh. And we all thought that we'd get rich fast. Hopped the plane out for greener grass. Found out the greenest cash don't compare to the friends that last. See, we won't forget where we came from. This city won't change us. We beat to the same drum. No, we won't forget where we came from. This city can't change us. We beat to the same drum, the same drum. No matter where we go, we always find a way back home. No matter where we go, we always find a way back home. So here's to the cheap sunglasses, Red Bull and minivans, and people who had your back when the world didn't understand. See, we won't forget where we came from. The city won't change us. We beat to the same drum. No, we won't forget where we came from. The city can't change us. We beat to the same drum, the same drum. No matter where we go, we always find a way back home. No matter where we go, we always find a way back home. When time's losing and we're losing touch and fading away, we'll still be raising our cups to the same damn thing. Oh no, this city won't change us. 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 Won't change us. Hey, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. And no matter where we go, we always find our way back home. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. And no matter where we go, we always find our way back home. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. And no matter where we go, we always find our way back home. We always find our way back home. Yeah, we always find our way back home. If you love somebody, better tell them why they're here, 'cause they just may run away from you. You'll never know quite when, well, then again it just depends on how long your time is left for you. I've had the highest mountains, I've had the deepest river. You can have it all, but life keeps moving. I'll take it in, but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world, eh? Been waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, eh? Been holding it in for a while, eh? Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world. I've tried to cut these corners, try to take the easy way. I kept on falling short of something. I could have gave up then, but then again I couldn't have, 'cause I've traveled all this way for something. I take it in, but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world, eh?
Everything in my life has led me to you and made me your soulmate. Your kindness has shown me how to love someone unconditionally, and I'm fully myself when I am with you, and you accept everything about me without judgment. I still get butterflies before a date and goosebumps when we kiss. I still look forward to our 8-hour road trips next to you, and I'm falling more in love with you each day. I will be as selfless and kind as you are, and I will love you more tomorrow and the tomorrow after that and every tomorrow that follows.
I, Greg Williams, am the luckiest man alive. Of all the places in all the world, in all of Baltimore, we crossed paths. You said one thing, I said another. I couldn't really hear you. But you made sure I got your phone number. You are the one for me. You are completely perfect, equally unaware, and always able to make me smile. Sydney, you complete me in ways I could have never imagined. Your beauty, your intelligence, your sense of humor, your laugh. Our love, all that we have, is more than enough, and I will never forget this. It's the greatest day of my life, and I love you.
I'm on top of the world, I'm on top of the world, Been waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, been holding it in for a while, Take you with me if I can, been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world. I've tried to cut